Where would Batman be without the help of his countless partners and sidekicks? The group of people who work alongside with Batman is collectively known as the Bat Family. Now, there's no real set definition for what the Bat Family is, and there's often debates as to who is considered part of the Bat Family. And there are extremists on both sides, with some saying the Bat Family is anyone and everyone who has worked with Batman closely, and others saying that no. You either have to have carried the mantle of Robin or have Bat in your name to be part of the Bat Family. I'm personally somewhere in the middle. I believe the Bat Family is anyone close to Batman that has worked and partnered up with him and is exclusively a Batman character, but at the same time is close enough to know Batman's secret identity. That's how I'm going to set the standards for the Bat Family and the standards for this list. Also for this list, I'm excluding Batman himself, because he's a part of the Bat Family, of course, but I want to focus on his various partners and sidekicks. With all of that out of the way, here are my top 10 members of the Bat Family. Batman has had several love interests over the years, but perhaps the most iconic female to ever steal the Dark Knight's heart is that of Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman. Catwoman was created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger, and made her debut in Batman #1, spring 1940, in which she was simply known as the Cat. Selina started off as one of Batman's villains, an expert burglar with a fascination for cats. Over the years, however, she has transitioned from a criminal and a villain to more of an anti-hero type of role. She's still in it for herself, but she's not a complete villain anymore. Her infatuation with Batman has caused her to do more good than evil over the years, and while she hasn't given up stealing completely, she's much more likely to help Batman out than fight against him these days. Their relationship even extends outside of their night lives. In most modern comics, Batman and Catwoman know each other's secret identities, and they often go out on dates together as Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle. Selina's character growth and change over the years from a not-so-common thief into an anti-hero who struggles to become a complete hero is a result of her love for Bruce, her willingness to be with Batman. From early on, she knew they could never truly be together as long as she was a villain. She struggles to become a complete hero so that she and Bruce can live happily together, with the life she's always wanted. They say a dog is man's best friend. Well, this dog is man's best partner. Well, maybe not the best, but regardless, Ace the Bat Hound is a very important part of the Bat Family. Ace debuted in Batman #92, July 1955, and was created by Bill Finger and Sheldon Moldoff. The story of how Bruce got Ace is different in almost every incarnation of Ace. However, the origin that I personally remember the most and that I enjoy the most is from the DCAU, where Bruce saved Ace from an illegal dogfighting ring. He became fond of the dog and kept him around. Ace has proven to be a helpful asset to Batman, often helping him whenever he needed it, as well as taking care of the Batcave whenever it's empty and alone. I also extremely enjoyed Ace in the cartoon series Crypto the Superdog, where he would often go off on missions and refer to himself as Batman's partner, not his pet. He was also featured in Batman Beyond, where he was the only companion left for an old and lonely Bruce Wayne. Dogs will always be loyal companions, and you don't get more loyal than Ace. The next entry is a little confusing, so I hope you're all prepared to contemplate reality-altering parenthood. My next choice is Huntress. However, I'm not talking about the Helena Bertinelli version of the character. I'm talking about the Helena Wayne version. Helena's first appearance was in DC Superstars number 17, November 1977. Okay, let me try and explain this best as I can. Helena Wayne, a character originally from the Golden Age of comics, is the Earth 2 version of Huntress, and she's the daughter of Bruce Wayne and Selina Wayne Kyle. After Crisis on Infinite Earths, however, Earth 2 was erased from continuity. In the current universe, New 52, Helena escaped from a dying Earth 2 and arrived in the main Earth along with her best friend and partner, Kara, Superman's cousin and that world's Supergirl, who took up the mantle of Power Girl in Earth 1. Helena is an interesting character. Crisis on Infinite Earths has erased her along with all of Earth 2 from continuity, yet New 52 still managed to bring her back. When she first arrived in New 52 Earth, Batman was very conflicted. Even though biologically speaking she was his daughter, he didn't feel like she really was. He wasn't her father. He didn't know how to treat her, how to act. And he was also unsure as to whether or not to trust her. Helena was also having trouble accepting Bruce as his father. This wasn't her father. This was just someone who looked like her father. Over time, however, Helena earned his respect, but more importantly, she learned his love. Batman learned to accept Helena as his daughter. She gave him hope in having a life after Batman. She also had a role in the Convergence storyline that repaired the multiverse and brought Earth 2 back into mainstream continuity. Helena is overall a very interesting character, and if you want to learn more about her, simply read the New 52 World's Finest storyline. They're currently on issue number 32 or so, I believe, so there's really not that much to catch up on, and it's a very interesting read. It's a little confusing because of all the alternate realities and stuff, but once you get into it, it's really good. At one point in time, there were rumors that Bruce and Dick were gay due to how they were portrayed. They were always together, and they even slept together in the same bed. The solution to these rumors was simple. Just introduce a new love interest for Bruce. That was Catherine Kane, better known as Batwoman. Catherine was originally Batwoman, but overall that was it. She was nothing more than a love interest for Bruce. She had no real character to herself. She was absent for several years in comics until finally coming back in New 52. In New 52, she was introduced as a brand new and much better Batwoman. Also, ironically enough, the New 52 version of Catherine is actually a lesbian. Catherine has helped out and worked together with several other members of the Bat family, and she also has a close friendship with Barbara Gordon. New 52 changed Catherine from a simple and one-dimensional love interest to a complex and very emotional character, and it's honestly one of the best things New 52 has done. Over the years, there have been 6 Robins and 4 Batgirls. However, there has only been one character who was both Robin and Batgirl. Stephanie Brown was the 4th Robin and the 3rd Batgirl. Stephanie first appeared in Detective Comics number 647, August 1992, and was created by Chuck Dixon and Tom Lyle. Stephanie is an interesting character, because you see, before she was either Robin or Batgirl, she was a hero of her own, and she called herself the Spoiler, because she would always spoil the villain's plans. You see, Stephanie's father was the criminal Clue Master. Her father's criminal ways conflicted with Stephanie, so she went against him by fighting crime and spoiling his plans. Stephanie was originally determined to kill her father out of anger, rage, and frustration that his criminal ways had ruined her childhood and her life. Batman convinced her not to do it, so Stephanie decided to spare her father, while continuing to be a hero because she honestly enjoyed it. Stephanie grew really close to Batman after this, and she also started dating the 3rd Robin, Tim Drake. Over time, Stephanie earned the mantle of Robin, taking it from Tim when he was going through some issues. But over time, she took on the mantle of Batgirl, returning the Robin title to Tim when he got better. Unfortunately, in New 52, Stephanie is neither Robin nor Batgirl. In fact, she's back to her spoiler identity. And what's worse, she isn't dating Tim Drake. New 52, that's some character regression right there. I really hope that New 52 Stephanie gets as much development as the original Stephanie Brown did, because at this point, she's really just going backwards. Speaking of Stephanie's boyfriend, or at least her boyfriend in a world that no longer exists because New 52 decided, hey, let's get rid of everything that we all know and love. My next choice is Tim Drake, the 3rd Robin. Tim Drake was created by Marv Wolfman and Patrick Boderink, and first appeared in Batman number 436, August of 1989. Tim is different from the other Robins in the fact that he was the first to become Robin completely of his own will. He first met Dick Grayson before Dick even became Robin himself, because he was a fan of the Flying Graysons. When Tim was 9, he deduced the identities of Batman and Robin as Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson, because he witnessed a gymnastic move that Robin did, that was the same move that Dick Grayson would do when he was performing with the Flying Graysons. He later noted that Batman was growing much more reckless and violent because of the death of Jason Todd, the 2nd Joker. Tim decided he had to intervene, and Batman eventually let him join as the 3rd Robin, after the death of Tim's mother and the crippling of his father. Tim temporarily gave up the mantle of Robin to his girlfriend, Stephanie Brown, while he was going through some issues and had to figure his life out. In New 52, Tim has been rebooted to have the title of Red Robin, and serves as one of Batman's closest allies, and he's also the person closest to Damian Wayne. When you have billions of dollars, you pay people to serve you. But despite his countless dollars, Bruce Wayne only has one servant. His trusted butler, Alfred Pennyworth. Alfred first appeared in Batman number 16, April 1943. He was created by writers Bob Kane and Bill Finger, along with artist Jerry Robinson. Alfred is much more than just a butler, though. He's also Bruce's official legal guardian, He's Bruce's best friend. He's his most trusted partner, his greatest advisor, and most importantly, his conscience. Alfred also often provides a dry sense of comedic relief in Batman, with his cynicism, his sarcasm, and his excellent wit. Alfred doesn't always agree with Bruce, but no matter what, he helps him out, because he swore to serve the Wayne family forever. I can't remember where it is, and it really kills me, but I remember one time I read this really amazing what-if story, where the premise was, what if the Joker was really just Alfred dressing up to give Batman a purpose, to help Bruce feel better with his life? And that idea just sounds amazing to me. The dynamic that they have and the contrast that they have is what makes Alfred such an interesting character and such a great partner. Bruce couldn't have asked for a better butler, but more importantly, he couldn't have asked for a better friend. Every fan would love to meet their hero. Carolyn Keene Kelly, better known as Carrie Kelly, is the girl that not only met her hero, but she saved his life. Carrie Kelly was a character created originally for The Dark Knight Returns. Now, I talked a lot about Carrie in my Dark Knight Returns review part 3 video, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave a link to that for all the details. Right here, all I'm going to do is say some of the main points that's the most appealing about Carrie, so I don't, first of all, repeat myself, and then more importantly, so I don't spoil anything. You see, Carrie idolized Batman after he saved her from the mutants, a powerful gang that controlled Gotham. She became Robin as a way to thank him, but for the most part, she was in it for the fun. She thought it would be fun to be a hero. She went around stopping small crimes and met up with Batman by accident after overhearing the mutants' plans. She saved him from the mutant leader and has been his partner ever since. But she was still just doing this for fun. See, the thing is, Carrie's a normal girl. She uses all kinds of slang and acts how a kid would. All of the other Robins had some kind of backstory, a reason to become Robin, but she really didn't. Not to mention she had no formal training, and she has none of the fancy bat gadgets. She fights using only a trusty old slingshot. All of this, however, changes. I'm not going to say exactly what happened so I don't spoil it for everyone. But later on in The Dark Knight Returns, an event occurs that causes her to lose her innocence. She witnesses firsthand the inhumanity that occurs in the world, and she learns the hard way that being Robin isn't having fun. It's a responsibility she has to uphold. She has to be the one to protect Gotham. Carrie transitions from a normal 13-year-old girl that wants to have fun into a true crime fighter, a true protector. Batman also learns to treat Carrie better. Before, Batman treated her like a soldier, like an employee, not a 13-year-old girl. He realizes the horrors he's been putting her through. Frank Miller has said that Batman considers Carrie to be the daughter he always wanted. In turn, Carrie sees Batman as a father, because her own parents are neglectful, irresponsible. Heck, they often forget they even have a daughter. Carrie has recently become a character in New 52. But, unfortunately, instead of being a 13-year-old girl, she's a sophomore in college. Not to mention there's no plans to make her Robin. Why'd you do that? You know, someday I might start a petition to make Carrie Kelly Robin in New 52. And it's gonna happen. Carrie is one of my favorite characters in all of Batman. Why is she only number 3? Oh, right. That happened. Well, that wasn't too bad. Oh, come on, damn it, DC. Now you're just teasing us. Dark Knight Returns 3, The Master Race had better be good. Batman has had several partners and sidekicks over the years. But, you know what they say. You never forget your first. Batman's first sidekick, and the first Robin, was Dick Grayson. Created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger, along with illustrator Jerry Robinson, he first appeared in Detective Comics number 38, April 1940, and he was the original Robin. Dick was an acrobat along with his family, the Flying Graysons. Their good time ended, though, when his parents were killed by Mafia boss Tony Zuko. Bruce took Dick in as his ward and helped raise him. He didn't want him to end up like him. He wanted to keep him away, to get vengeance for his parents' death early on in life, so he could move on, get over it. Over time, Dick and Bruce kept getting more and more distant from each other, often having arguments about everything. Eventually, they had a huge falling out, and Dick left on his own to be Nightwing, the protector of Gotham's sister city, Bloodhaven. Over time, Dick and Bruce managed to mend their own wounds. They became close again. They became friends again. When Bruce was thought to be dead, Dick was the one to take up the mantle of Batman, and he was the one to take care of and raise Damian. Dick is one of Bruce's closest friends. Dick might have even been number one, if not for the fact that New 52 decided he should be a spy and have his own series where he's a secret agent and he's all cool and he fakes his death. Look, it sounds like a good idea, but trust me, it's not that good. I just hope he becomes Nightwing again. New 52, why do you ruin everything? Alright, so before I reveal my number one pick, let's do a quick recap, just so that you can have a little moment of suspense before you find out who number one is, since I don't think it'll be all that obvious. Number 10, Selena Kyle, anti-hero in love. Number 9, Ace, Batman's loyal friend. Number 8, Helena Wayne, daughter from another world. Number 7, Catherine Kane, love interest turned lesbian. Number 6, Stephanie Brown, Batgirl and Robin. Number 5, Tim Drake, the Red Robin. Number 4, Alfred Pennyworth, the world's greatest butler. Number 3, Carrie Kelly, innocent fangirl turned hero. And number 2, Dick Grayson, Batman's first sidekick. It was very hard to pick on number one for this list. More than half of the people on this list were considered for the number one spot. But in the end, I chose Barbara Gordon, the original Batgirl. Well, actually, that's technically wrong. See, originally there was a character named Betty Kane before Barbara Gordon who was Bat-Girl. However, she was erased from continuity, and Barbara Gordon is the first official Batgirl. So yeah, Barbara Gordon, the first Batgirl. Batgirl first appeared in the 1916's Adam West Batman. The producers wanted a new female partner for Batman, and the idea of using the Commissioner's daughter was created. It was well received and adapted into mainstream comics. Barbara is one of the most interesting characters in all of Batman. Out of all the characters in the comics that I had a crush on as a child, Barbara Gordon always was, and still is, my favorite. Commissioner Gordon's daughter, Barbara wanted to join the police force. However, her father denied her the chance to join, worried about his baby girl. Barbara became Batgirl to fight crime and to help out Batman, whom she was a fan of. Working alongside Batman and Robin, Barbara started a relationship with the first Robin, Dick Grayson. They have gotten very close to getting married several times, but they've never been completely married in main continuity because DC says, hey, heroes can't have happy lives. Everything changed for Barbara one day, the Killing Joke, when the Joker paralyzed her. She could never be Batgirl again. She could never fight crime again. Lost and depressed, Barbara struggled to find a new identity for herself, till eventually she became Oracle, Batman's tech support. Through her years as Oracle, Barbara showed that no matter what happens, people can overcome their handicaps. People can overcome life's problems. In New 52, Barbara had surgery to fix herself. She is Batgirl once again. One of the greatest decisions New 52 has done, and one of the few things I enjoy 100%. Out of all the Bat family members, Barbara has perhaps gone through the most change, the most growth, the most struggles. For those of you that don't know, Batman Month is actually dedicated to two very special people that recently passed away in the past few months. One of them was Yvonne Craig, the woman who played Barbara Gordon in the 1960s Batman, the real original Batgirl. Yvonne was an amazing person. She was very influential in the comic world, and very influential in the real world. She was one of the people that helped bring Barbara out of her wheelchair and back into her Batsuit for New 52. She said it hurt her to see Batgirl paralyzed, because it felt like as though she was paralyzed. Yvonne, like Barbara, is an amazing woman who has done amazing things. That's why Barbara's number one, because of everything she's done, everything she's been through. So, there you have my top 10 members of the Bat family. There's plenty more members, so I'm so sorry if your personal favorites didn't get chosen, but these are just the ones that I remember the most, the ones that stood out to me the most. Let me know what you thought, as well as your own personal top 10 Bat family members list. I sincerely hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time with my last Batman Month top 10, as well as my first negative top 10. The top 10 worst Batman characters.